Today's topic position vector and displacement. Average velocity, average acceleration, instantaneous velocity, instantaneous acceleration, and some problems we should see now. Position vector. Suppose if you locate a point location in the reference frame, how to write a vector, how to write position vector in this. Now let's see simple. This is a reference x-axis, y-axis frame. This is called a location called point P. If you write vector called as OP vector, this is called as OP vector, which is called as R vector. This corresponding coordinate is x coordinate, this coordinate is y coordinate. Means the component x along x direction means I vector, along y direction that means j vector. So if you want to write in terms of vector, this is called as xi, this is called as yj. So now how to write this? It is now position vector is a combination of xi is a combination of yj. So now again you can write it in the similar way. This is yj. So xi plus yj is equal to vector r, of course, r cap. So this is our position vector in terms of xi plus yj. Now let's see how the position of the particle is changing from one point to other point and how to consider displacement and average velocity. Let's see. X-axis, y-axis. Now similar case we can consider position point P. Now another the point location, a body moves from point P to like a P dash, point P to P dash in a curved path. Let's see that this is a curved path, a body is moving like that. Now this is O. Let's see that this is called first initial vector R. This is called as R dash. R dash. So up to this one I can write it as x coordinate and this is called as y coordinate. Whereas P dash locations I will write it as x dash comma y dash. These are the locations, coordinates of P are x comma y. So this is called as x dash and this is called as y dash. Now how to write displacement? Displacement we will not consider complete curved path. We will draw a simple straight line from P to P dash. P to P dash. This is called as delta R. This is called as delta R is a simple displacement. We will not completely go through curved path. That's what the definition of displacement is. Initial and final points which are located that shortest distance is called displacement and this is R dash vector. Now apply a triangle of vectors. R vector plus delta R vector is equal to R dash vector. So forward direction and this is reverse. Delta R vector is equals to R dash minus R. R dash minus R. This is a simplest one. Now how to write r dash vector components and how to write r dash vector. R dash vector is equal to x dash I plus y dash j, or can be written as like r is equal to xi plus yj. Now delta r is equals to x dash I plus y dash j minus xi plus yj. So delta r vector is equal to x dash minus xi plus y dash minus yj. Now delta r is equals to vector is equal to delta x, because x dash minus x, delta xi plus delta yj. So this is called as a displacement vector in terms of x components and in terms of y components, right? Now how to consider the average velocity concept and instantaneous velocity concept. What is meant by now velocity? How to define from this? So the displacement and time interval. So let's see average velocity. Average velocity, which is called as, is ratio of displacement to the time interval, which is called as average velocity. How to write this? So simply average velocity is equals to, average velocity is also vector, ratio of displacement delta r by delta t. See here the time delta t, which is not having any direction, but the direction of average velocity is direction of the displacement. So I am writing it as, this is called as the delta r direction. I can write it as the same as v average velocity direction. Now how to write this? Delta r, delta xi plus delta yj by delta t. Now delta x by delta t I plus delta y by delta t j. We can write it as v average is equals to simply vxi plus vyj. This is a simple definition from this. Now instantaneous velocity. What is meant by instantaneous velocity? At particular instant, the value of velocity is called as instant velocity or instantaneous velocity. How to define from the average velocity? See, the limit, the time interval delta t approaches tending almost equals to 0, delta r by delta t, which is called as v instantaneous velocity, means the limit delta t approaches to 0, v average velocity, which is equal to v instantaneous velocity. So let's see with a simple diagram in terms of that. With one by one we will analyze it. The first one, the x-axis, y-axis, the point P1 is there. This is P dash. This is called as vector R. This is called as vector R dash. This is called as delta R. Of course, the time can be taken from the body moving from point P to P dash. This is called as curved path. So this is called as a displacement. Now the second thing here, let us simply analyze it. The point P dash or P1, we can choose any of the notation, no issue. Again the P is fixed. R. Now the point the point P1 to again the point P2 I am choosing, and this is called as R2 dash or R2. Now this is called as delta R. So compared to here, the delta T value and the delta T value is becoming less, and this is, of course, this is called as velocity direction. This is called as velocity direction. And the third diagram, x y-axis and point P is fixed. This is R vector. Now the point P2 to again approaching little bit P3, and this is called as R3 vector, and this is going along the path like curved path but coming approaching. So this delta T value is becoming less and becoming first more and less and less. The final one, see that the R vector, the point P4 almost equal to this one, and this is, what is this? This is the delta T value almost tending to 0, equivalent to 0. So where that if you consider time interval along x-axis, as time approaches to 0 between the two intervals, the average velocity will become instantaneous velocity. This location, the velocity, if you choose it where the limit, the delta T value, the interval becomes tending to 0, the delta R by delta T will be equal to dr by dt, which is called as V instantaneous velocity. Instantaneous means no intervals, only a single point velocity. Now V is equal to instantaneous velocity is equals to, have written it as dr by dt, right? Now V is equals to d by dt, differentiation with respect to time, r vector, which is called as xi plus yj, position vector. Of course you can write it as this one, no issue, and I taken outside, which is a vector, dx by dt, j is taken outside, dy by dt. So this is called as V. Of course, vector. So what is this? We can write it as Vxi, x component of velocity, plus y component of velocity. So this is called as an instantaneous vector. How to write magnitude? Magnitude of instantaneous velocity. You know very well, in the last classes we had seen magnitude of velocity is equal to under root of V x square plus V y square. How to write or how to mention the direction of instantaneous velocity? I will also represent with a diagrammatic representation. Tan theta is equal to Vy by Vx, and if you want to rotate angle from the x-axis, tan inverse of Vy by Vx. So this is the direction of the tangential velocity. How it can be? Simple analysis: x-axis, y-axis, a point P is there and a point other one P1 to P2. Let's say the body or like an object is moving in a curved path from P1 to P2. If you want to notate the direction or here and here, simply draw a tangent at that particular point. Tangent, the tangent, this is a tangent one, this is a direction of the instantaneous velocity, direction of velocity. So here also you can write, just you draw a tangent here on the curved line, curved path. If you draw a tangent at that particular point, that gives the direction of instantaneous velocity. Now acceleration. Of course, the term acceleration you have seen in the last chapter. Now how to represent acceleration vector, average acceleration of a body? Let's see. First, let's see average acceleration. Average acceleration. Of course, acceleration is a vector and average acceleration is also vector. So, average acceleration for an interval delta t. Now, A average is equals to the delta v, interval of velocity with respect to delta t, delta v and delta t. Of course, delta v is a vector. You can assume average acceleration and delta v direction are same. Now, A average is equal to delta common and v means vxi plus vyj by delta t. Just you expand it, is equals to I into delta vx by delta t plus j into delta v by delta t. So you can write it as average acceleration is equal to delta v by delta t, simply called as axi plus ayj. This is called as average acceleration. What is meant by instantaneous acceleration? Instantaneous acceleration, the same phenomena what we have discussed earlier. The limit the delta t approaches to 0, v average velocity will be, average acceleration is equals to a instant acceleration. Average acceleration becomes instantaneous acceleration. How to write this? Delta t approaches to 0, delta v by delta t, which is equal to a instantaneous, or we will write it as dv by dt, dv by dt. So a instant is equal to dv by dt, means d by dt of vxi plus simply again vyj, or axi plus ayj. The mode of a instant is equal to under root of ax square plus ay square. Let's see in terms of representation, x-axis, y-axis. This is like a curved path where the object is moving. I am choosing 2 points here, a point P, and this is called a P1. Now, how to represent velocity? Velocity can be represented by drawing a simple tangent at that particular point gives a velocity. This is called touching to that point, the line can be drawn, which is called as tangent. This is called a velocity like V1 or V. This is other one is called as V1. So just extracting out, this is V vector and this is V1 vector, and this is slightly up, drawing this one slightly up, this is called V1 vector. Now joining that one, which is called as delta V, of course in order delta V direction. So this is called as delta V vector. So delta V direction, which is equivalent to acceleration direction. According to this one, average delta V direction, that of the average acceleration direction. This is called as acceleration direction. Now next, the same path again, but I am changing the locations. P as it is, some P1 to here P2, this is P2, and this is one tangent V vector, and this is other tangent V2 vector. How to write this one? Not exactly the same direction. See that this is called V vector and this is V2 vector. This is called as delta V vector. Delta V vector means this is called delta V vector, of course acceleration vector. This is called as acceleration. Next one, the same path again, point P is there and you choose this one, point P3, this is V velocity, this is V3. Now exactly extract it, and this is called V vector, and again this is called as V3 vector. This is called as delta V vector, and this is delta V vector. This is called acceleration. So this is acceleration. Last one, I am making this is a curved path where the object is being moved, and this is a point P and the interval becomes 0. So this is also final point. This is simply a tangent, and this is called as a direction of acceleration. So this is V and this is acceleration direction. So what do you observe from this one? From first one, the interval of between is more, less. As the time interval approaches to 0, the average acceleration becomes instantaneous acceleration. In the straight line, particularly, the velocity and the acceleration may be along that direction or opposite. Simply, if the velocity is slowly reducing, acceleration is opposite to that, because that is called deceleration or negative acceleration. If the velocity is increasing in the straight line, the acceleration is positive, and the acceleration is also along the same direction. But here, the two-dimensional or three-dimensional motion, the velocity and acceleration may be lying between 0 to 180 degrees, not exactly along it, not exactly opposite to that as like in the straight line motion. This is simply two-dimensional motion, or same can be represented in the three-dimensional motion. Now it's a simple example problem where you can find out velocity acceleration of a function as a function of time. The position of a particle is given by the position vector 3.0 ti plus 2.0 t square j 5.0 k, where t is in seconds and r to be in meters, so that the coefficients have been adjusted, which is homogeneously accepted, means consistent. Now we have to find out velocity and acceleration as a function of time. How to solve this? So r is equals to 3.0 t I 2.0 t square j 5.0 k. Now velocity, which is a function of time, which is equals to dr by dt, differentiation of time after a position vector with respect to time, which is simply called as 3.0 I plus 4.0 t plus the constant 0. Simply we can call it as 3.0 I plus 4.0 t. Acceleration as a function of time is equal to dv by dt. So this is 0 plus 4.0 because dt by dt 1. The first one is over. Now second one, find the magnitude and direction of velocity at t is equal to 1 second. See, velocity we have obtained it as v of time, which is equals to 3.0 I plus 4.0 t. Now what is the magnitude? Magnitude is equals to mod of v is equals to, first let us substitute at a time t is equal to 1 second. At a time t is equals to 1.0 seconds. Now v is equals to 3.0 I plus 4.0 j, t is equal to 1. The mod of v, which is called as under root of vx square plus vy square. So you will write it as 3.0 square plus 4.0 square. 9 plus 16, 25. 25 under root, which is called as 5 meters per second. Now, what is the direction? Direction which is equal to tan inverse of vy by vx. You will get it as tan inverse of 4.0 by 3.0, which is called as 53 degrees from x-axis. From, you will write it as positive x-axis. Now, similarly, how to write as 3.0 significant figure 2, you can write it as same 5.0. So the velocity should be taken as a direction, like how it can be. Suppose this is a velocity direction which is taken from 53 degrees from the x-axis. So this is one. Now, motion in a plane of the object with constant acceleration. What is meant by a constant acceleration? Throughout its journey, completely the value almost equal to constant. Means the average acceleration is also having constant value. Suppose a body like, maybe plane means you can think of the two-dimensional plane also. This is x and y, like a body is moving from one point to other point, right? Now at time t is equal to 0, the initial The velocity, you can write it as v is equals to v naught. At t, again t is equal to t, simply you write it as v is equal to v, means don't be confused. After a certain interval of time, the time can be chosen as t and v. Now how to write? Already we have solved these type of problems and derivations in the last chapter. Now the average acceleration is equal to, you know very well, delta v by delta t, means final v minus v naught by t minus 0, at 0 v naught. Average acceleration or constant acceleration is equals to v minus v naught by t. At is equals to v minus v naught. Now v is equal to v naught plus at. Here this is two dimensional. We can categorize into two components, like x, where time velocity is equals to v naught x in the x direction plus ax. Don't write tx, simply in the x and y direction t remains same, and vy is equal to v naught y plus ay to t. Similarly, how to write the positions of a body which is moving in the plane. Suppose let r naught be the initial position and r be the final position, time be the vector. Now average velocity is equal to initial velocity plus final velocity by 2. Initial velocity by final velocity by 2. And again average velocity is equal to delta r by delta t, means r minus r naught by t. R minus r naught, both you can equate it. R minus r naught by t is equal to v naught plus v by 2, and r minus r naught is equals to v plus v naught into t by 2. R is equals to r naught plus, I am substituting v in place of v, I am substituting v naught plus at from the previous one, v naught plus at plus v naught by 2 into t. R is equals to r naught plus v naught t plus of at square. Now along x direction, how to write position vector? Along x direction we noted it as a position x. X is equals to x naught plus v naught xt plus of a xt square. Now y is equals to y naught plus v naught y t plus of ay t square. These are the displacements along x direction and y direction. So here x component of velocity is there, y component of velocity is there, and x component of displacement or distance is there, y component of displacement or distance is there. Now combinedly we can find out. Now a simple problem, a particle starts from origin means initial coordinates are 0, 0 with the velocity phi I around x direction, that means moves in the xy plane under the action of force which produces a constant acceleration of ax component and ay component. And what is the y coordinate of the particle at that instant? the coordinate is 84 meters. And second one, what is the speed of the particle at this time. Now see, this is x-axis and y-axis. This is origin. At time t is equal to 0, now it starts from origin, means r naught is also equals to 0. Now, what is our formula? R is equals to R naught plus V naught T plus of AT square. Now, anyhow here it starts from origin. R is equal to V naught T plus of AT square. Now, we shall substitute R is equal to V naught initial velocity 5.0 it plus of acceleration 3.0 I plus 2.0 t j t square, right. This is called as a simple acceleration, position vector. Now, what is asked? What is the y coordinate of particle? Here, what is this? R is equal to xi plus yj is equal to 5.0 it plus half into 3.0 I plus 2.0 j t square. Now here xi plus yj is equals to 5.0 it plus 1.5 t square I plus 1.0 t square j. Here you can take I can be taken as a common here. So x compare on both sides, x is equals to 5.0 t plus 1.5 t square and y coordinate is equals to 1.0 t square. Now problem A, what is the y coordinate of the particle at the instant its x coordinate is 84. So 84, now in place of x I am substituting 84 is equals to 5.0 t plus 1.5 t square. We can convert into quadratic expression form plus 5.0 t minus 84 is equals to 0. Solve it. You can use any of the method, either factorizing method or you can go with the formula. You will get it as t is equal to 6 seconds. T is equals to 6 seconds. Now, what is the y coordinate? Y coordinate y is equals to 1.0 t square. In place of that one, we can substitute that one 1.0 into 6 into 6, 36, which is called as 36.0 meters. Now, what is the speed of the particle at this time? Now, speed of the particle. So, now speed of the particle is v is equals to dr by dt. V is equal to d by dt of r is equals to 5.0 ti plus 1.5 I t square plus 1.0 t square j. So again you take it as I and as the same side. Now v is equal to d by dt of 5.0 t plus 1.5 t square I plus 1.0 t square j. So v is equals to 5.0 plus 3.0 t I plus 2.0 t j. So this is, you can write it as Vx, this is called as Vy, Vx and Vy. Now what is the speed of the particle at this time? At this time means substitute t is equal to 6 seconds over here. Now what you will get? V is equal to 5.0 plus 3.0 into 6, around 18 I plus 12.0 j. So V is equals to 13 I plus 12.0 j. 13, you can write it as no issue, 13.0 I. So mod of V is equal to under root of 13.0 square plus 12.0 square. Then it, after calculating it, you will get it as 26 meters per second. This is the answer. So for the x-axis time is same, y-axis time is same. Don't write tx and ty here. Simply what we have considered, the t has been substituted over here. We'll get exact the vector form at instant t is equal to 6 seconds. Then this is a vector form. Then we will try to we have tried to calculate the magnitude, that is it was come out to be 26 meter per second.